Good morning. Probably should have done this when I was less sweaty, but today is a slack packing day. So we are still at the hostel, and we decided to leave most of our stuff there and then slack pack ourselves through this next section of the trail. So the plan today is to do 17 miles, which involves going up and over Mount Killington and then into the town of Killington, where we can hopefully take a bus back into Rutland. So yeah, all I've got in my bag is my bare canister with a few bits of food, first aid kit, electronics, and then rain gear and water. So hopefully it should be an easier day today. Ease back into it, and then we can hopefully make it back to the hostel with plenty of time to just like chill out this evening. So yeah, that's it for today.
Watching the sunset on Tennessee hills. I wish I could capture it, I never will. 'Cause I'm not a painter, can't stay in the lines. Just sitting here sipping on Dandelion wine. It's starting to rain, but I don't feel a thing. Sitting out rocking on that old porch swing. 'Cause I found me something that tastes like springtime. Just sitting here sipping on Dandelion wine. All my life I've known some things I can't control. You can make plans, but they'll change on a dime. So pour me one more glass of Dandelion wine. Preachers and dreamers, they both believe in the patterns and powers that we can't quite see. You can spend your life guessing or look for the signs. Sit back and sip on that Dandelion wine. All my life I've known some things you can't control. You can make plans, but they'll change most times. So pour me one more glass of Dandelion wine.
Good evening. I'm trying to be quiet even though there's like no one else here. But yeah, today was an interesting day. I feel like there are some days where time kind of seems to stop on trail, and we managed to do so much but also get so many miles in. And I feel like today was the complete opposite, where we didn't really take that many breaks. We took one maybe 45-minute lunch break, and then we stopped once to fill up water. But other than that, we were going, and it still felt like we were taking so long to do the miles we needed to do. We got to the top of Killington, and the gondola was broken, or no, not broken, it was like being repaired. And they were checking the brakes, so like, fair enough, we couldn't go on it. But that meant that our plan of taking the gondola down and then catching the bus from there, we couldn't do that anymore. So we had to get back on trail. But by that point, I think it was like almost 3:30, and we knew a storm was coming at 6. So we ran so quickly down that mountain. We ended up getting, I think we were like 0.2 miles away from the road, and it was like 5:50, and it had started drizzling. And then basically as soon as we got onto the road, the rain, or like the lightning and the thunder, started flashing above us. So we got our rain jackets on, we put our thumb out to hitch, and thankfully somebody pretty much picked us up after a minute or two. And yeah, as soon as we got in their van, it started pouring down rain. So we got really lucky with how we timed it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a bad day of hiking. We hit 1,700 miles, so we are less than 500 miles now from Killington. So that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the time. It just got away from us. So yeah, we came back to the hostel. It's nice to take a shower, do laundry. We went to go get some stuff for dinner. Now I'm just chilling. I think there's only like one other girl up here, and of course she has her own room. We all want our own room, so I'm gonna start getting my stuff organized for tomorrow and just trying to chill. I don't really know what our plan is in terms of how many miles we want to do, but luckily we have a few options. So yeah, I'm gonna sort my stuff out and then try to go to sleep. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.
You can make plans, but they'll change most times. So pour me one more glass of dandelion wine. Pour me one more glass of dandelion wine.
Hello and welcome back to another day of hiking. I can't really hear myself, so I'm not sure if I'm being too loud or too quiet. But yeah, so we left Rutland this morning, finally left the Yellow Deli. It was really, really lovely. I actually would definitely go back there again. Everyone there was just so kind. They really tried to make you feel at home. It wasn't preachy at all. And yeah, it was just, I think, a really nice atmosphere. So yeah, we got up, had breakfast there, and then we took the commuter bus from Rutland to where we finished the trail yesterday. And then, yeah, hopped back on. Got on and off trail a few times to go to like a deli. We went to an Outfitters, and Tribute got some new stuff that he needed for his backpack. And then, what else? We ended up in Killington, which is a tiny, tiny place. We saw that there was a storm coming, so we decided to hunker down in this like pavilion place. Which was right next to a pool. So we thought, oh, that's super cool. Well, we might do that since a day pass was like $4. And then the storm came. Didn't last very long, but some rain some thunder, that stuff, which luckily meant that the pool had cleared out of all the children that were there. So they all disappeared at some point, and then Tribute and I got in the pool for a little bit, and then out of nowhere, we were swarmed by like 50 children in the pool, around the pavilion area. I think poor Cutie was trying to take a nap, and they just woke him up, and apparently some of the kids were not so nice, talking like he wasn't there, being like, why is he sitting on our bench, on our table? And he's like, okay. And yeah, the adults weren't saying anything either. They were also just kind of giving us looks. So it didn't feel very welcoming, even though it was a completely public place where we were. We were definitely allowed to be there. There were no signs saying that the entire area would be booked up by children's summer camps. So we really, really had to rush out of there afterwards, which was not a nice feeling. And yeah, I got some water in my ear from the pool, so now it's stuck there, hence why I can't really hear how loud I am. But yeah, so we were taking it easy today. We were only planning to do 10 miles, and we have just less than 2 left to get to the shelter. So I think we're gonna just get there, pitch our tents. I think it'll only be around 6 o'clock when we get there, so plenty of time to just chill out and such. But yeah, we collectively decided to have a more relaxed day, especially because Cutie had to take a 0 yesterday because he hurt his knee going up Killington. So yeah, it's nice that as a group we can collectively decide to not push too hard. So yeah, that's been today. Who knows what tomorrow will hold. I'll catch you later.
Don't leave me behind here. I've just arrived. I've been waiting for someone to take me away, far away.
I'll take my time, dear, just to keep you around here. Know what they say, you can't keep the clouds away, away, far away. Every day is a brand new day. All my life I've been searching for the right way to keep my head above the clouds, to keep myself from looking down. It's harder than you think.
Good afternoon. It's around, I think it's at like 5 o'clock. And I come to you very late today, just because we've been doing a lot of miles. We left the shelter at about 5:40 this morning, with the goal of doing 22 miles today, and we are less than a mile away from the shelter. So, whew. The reason we're doing so many miles is so that we can save time tomorrow, and we only have to do 14 miles to get to Hanover, which is the start of New Hampshire. Tribute has some shoes to pick up from the post office, so we definitely need to get there before it closes. So if we start early again tomorrow, then we should have no problem with that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. It'll be nice to get finished at a reasonable time today, set up our stuff, and just relax. I think I might try to go to bed super early. Yeah, I think we've got to figure out what we're going to do in terms of where we're going to stay tomorrow night. We might be able to contact some trail angels. Yeah. Wait, what?
I have signal,
Oh, okay.
so I don't want to move.
Right. Yeah, we might be able to contact some trail angels, or we might be able to just camp at like a shelter a mile past Hanover. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. But for now, let's just get to this shelter. See ya.
Live our days in happiness and worry about what happens next. It's harder than you think to. It's harder than you think. Life's moving faster. It's all just a game we play. I've been losing myself in every single way. At least I still have you. I've played all my cards, and I'm all out of luck. Put my money in the jackpot, but I guess it's falling through. At least I still have you. Every day is a brand new day. All my life I've been searching for the right way to keep my head above the clouds, to keep myself from looking down. It's harder than you think to live our days in happiness or worry about what happens next. It's harder than you think to be. I'm just taking my time, just taking my time here. I'm just taking my time, just taking my time, dear. I won't leave you behind, won't leave you behind, dear. I won't leave you behind, won't leave you behind, here. I'm just taking my time, just taking my time here. I won't leave you behind, won't leave you behind, dear. Every day is a brand new day. All my life I've been searching for the right way to keep my head above the clouds, to keep myself from looking down. It's harder than you think to live our days in happiness or worry about what happens next. It's harder than you think to. It's harder than you think to be. It's harder than you think. It's harder than you think.
Hello, good evening. It is now like 6 o'clock, and what day is it? Saturday, I think? Yeah. So basically yesterday we got into Hanover with pretty good time. I think we got in around 1 o'clock. Went to the post office to pick up Tribute's shoes, and then we headed to our hotel that we ended up deciding to book. I think there was a network of trail angels in town, but a lot of them were either full or they only took 2 people, and there were 3 of us with Cutie, so we just ended up deciding to split a hotel room, which always works out quite well. And we were able to take the free bus in town to get there, so that was nice. And then once we did, we went to do laundry, went to Chinese buffet, waited for our laundry to finish next door, so it was all very perfectly timed. And then this morning, as always, we wanted to get our money's worth, so we basically almost stayed till checkout, got the free bus back into the center of Hanover, and hung out for a little bit. until we needed to resupply and then headed back out on trail. So today wasn't that long. We did, I think it was almost 11 miles to this shelter that we're just coming up to right now. It's starting to get hilly though, and I know it's nowhere near as bad as it's going to be once we actually hit the White Mountains. So we'll see. I think we're aiming for a hostel stay in the next 2 to 3 days so that we can take a zero before the Whites, just so that we can be well rested. So yeah, these days are going to be the calm before the storm. That is the White Mountains. I would say overall, we were talking about this the other day, our impressions of Vermont. Luckily for us, we got really lucky with the rain, so it wasn't very muddy at all. I know last year people were up to their waist in mud, no joke. But I think we got really lucky, so it wasn't too bad. In terms of the views, there were some good ones, but I don't know. I feel like Vermont could have brought more. But yeah, and then in terms of the climbs, it was all right. So I don't know. Fully know that the difficulty is going to ramp up. So I think we're just going to savor these last few days before the Whites and see how we get on. So yeah, we're coming up to the shelter now. So I'm gonna say goodbye now. So good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Same old streets with the same old sound. We'll find a way to get out this town. If there's a will, then there's a way.
Hello. What? Yeah, so it is around 12 p.m. and we have just finished having lunch. So we're gonna get going again. Today is a 14-mile day total. I think we have about 5 miles left. I think technically we have just entered the boundary of the White Mountains. But the plan is we're going to get to a hostel today, and then we're going to take a zero tomorrow because we all collectively decided, so myself, Tribute, and Cutie decided that we need a 0 day before we actually properly start the whites. Yeah, so hopefully we get enough rest and relaxation tomorrow to give it a good start on Wednesday. So for now, what?
Just like, it's so steep.
I know.
The first climb after the zeros, it's so steep.
I know, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we got 5 more miles to do today. So hopefully we should get to the hostel with good time so we can just do nothing today, do nothing tomorrow. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Luckily, the past few days the temperature seemed to drop quite significantly. Seems like we're out of that period of really hot heat and humidity. So recently we've been looking at highs of like the 70s. And yesterday I think humidity was at like 40%. So yeah, so way better than it was before. We can actually hike now. We're not overly sweaty or anything like that. But I think the next few days don't look so good in terms of rain. So that's another reason why we're taking a 0 tomorrow, is hopefully to try to skip the really bad rain that's meant to come on Tuesday. There's going to be some rain Wednesday, Thursday maybe. We'll see. But yeah.